my name's Nikki. I'm with Yoga Meets Therapy. I am also recording this video for Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness. And today I'm going to do a little, maybe 45 minutes to an hour of a vigorous practice. So really that means coming through a few rounds of sun salutations. We'll go through type A's, B's, and C's, standing postures, some seated postures, and some backward bends. I know that being stuck inside for me for the last, few days, I get a little anxious. So this is a practice that helps me kind of get that energy out so that I can stay a little more grounded. I do have a couple of kids in the home and a couple of dogs. So sometimes I know for myself, I kind of start to kind of elevate. So for me, this is a really great way to help keep me grounded so I can hopefully present and be the best person that I can be. And while, we're all together. So you might hear, my kids in the background or my dogs. Iona is actually in the room with me right now. She loves being next to me when I practice yoga for some reason. So you might see her pop up. But as for this class, I did say that it was a little more vigorous. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead us through, as we get into the sun salutations, I'll guide with instruction through like the first round or so, and then I'll kind of taper off. Really that gives you an opportunity to do what you need to do. So either keeping up and, burning off some of that energy, or taking a break and, going through the first round with me, and then maybe sitting in a child's pose or your downward dog, or even a standing forward fold if that's where you need to be until we get to a place where you want to keep moving again. So really I encourage you to use this practice how it's going to best suit you. And to just kind of get a start, I know that you don't have, or you might not have a bunch of yoga props at your home. That's what you go to the studio for, right? So some things that could be helpful is just kind of having like a folded up towel if you want to like prop your sits bones or have a little padding underneath your knee, some pillows, or even, a pile of books or a stack of books to kind of help you support yourself like you would use a block. So those are just some options of things that you might have around the home that could be helpful. So like I said, use this practice as it best suits you. Adjust anything that you need to do, even if that means just sitting and being like, I want to watch this. Feel free to do that. You're in your home, and this is a great opportunity to really kind of push yourself a little bit, and then also play with those edges without having people around and feeling self-conscious. So thanks for joining me, and we'll start by just finding your way to a seat or any other posture where you feel okay closing your eyes or taking a soft gaze towards the floor. And we'll just start dropping into the breath. So take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Let the breath fall out the mouth. And take another deep inhale. And let it fall out. Take one more. And take a few minutes to slow down the breath. Really lengthen each inhale and each exhale. So just staying with the breath. Longer inhale, longer exhale. And bring the hands to the heart or anywhere else on the body that, feels right for you to just create a little body-to-body connection. And take a moment to just ask yourself, what do I need right now? What do I need from my practice or just from this space and time that I'm giving myself? Take one more deep breath in and let it fall out. And as you're ready, we're going to find our way into a downward facing dog. And take your time with your first dog. If there's any other movements that you want to take before coming into your downward dog, feel free to take them. And find your way back to that slower, deeper breath. Letting that breath kind of stabilize and ground your practice. Knowing if you kind of fall away from that breath, just give yourself a few moments to come back to it. So maybe that means not moving so you can find your way back to your breath, or just really focusing on it. And at the bottom of your exhale, hop, step, or walk the feet to the hands. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And just breathe for a few breaths. Check in with your feet, making sure that they're parallel, the toes can touch, or they can stay in line with the knees. Bend deeply through the knees and inhale, reach up for Utkatasana, awkward chair. I'm going to take a couple breaths here. Bring the hands to heart center. Come up onto the toes. See if you can find your balance here. And take this opportunity to get really low and take your time getting down. Feel the burn. Oops, might fall out. Just come right back into it. And then take one more breath, and on an inhale, come all the way up, reach all the way up. Root the heels down. Exhale, the hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or jump back through chaturanga. Inhale, backward bend. Exhale, downward dog. Hold and breathe. The bottom of your exhale, hop, step, or walk the feet to the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, come to stand, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or jump back through chaturanga. Inhale, backward bend. Exhale, downward dog. The bottom of your exhale, hop, step, or walk the feet to the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to come through this all one more time at your own pace, bending the knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, come to stand, hands to heart center. One more round on your own with your own breath. We'll eventually meet in standing Tadasana. Closing the eyes and just taking a few breaths. Inhale, reach out, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga, or drop the knees. Inhale, backward bend. Exhale, downward dog. Step the right foot forward, left heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the floor, chaturanga all the way through. Inhale, backward bend. Exhale, downward dog. Step the left foot forward, right heel down. Inhale, warrior one, hips towards the front of the mat. Exhale, all the way through chaturanga. Inhale, backward bend. Exhale, downward dog. Step the right foot forward, left heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the floor, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step the left foot forward, right heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. One more round on each side at your own breath. Meet in a downward dog. And step the right foot forward, left heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Bring the hands to the hips and square the hips towards the front of the mat. Give the shoulders a break. Come back to your breath. Straighten the front knee. Option to interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, Parsvottanasana. Option to bring the hands to the floor or your blocks or a book or the shin. And breathe.
Release the left hand to the floor near the right foot. Bring the right hand to the hip. Inhale, twist the heart towards the right. Keep tucking that right hip back. Option to reach that right arm up. Feel free to stay here or come back to your Parsvottanasana. Or start to bend that front knee a little bit. Pitch yourself forward. Lift the back leg for a rotated Ardha Chandrasana. Standing balance. Bring the hands back to the floor. Step that left foot back down behind you deeply for a high lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Bring the hands to heart center and twist, opposite elbow to knee. Come back to center, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Step the left foot forward, right heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Bring the hands to the hips, just taking the shoulders out of it. Try to square the hips a little bit. Belly button in and up. Lifting the heart, but soften the shoulders. Option to interlace the fingers. Straighten that front knee. Inhale, lift that heart. Exhale, reach it forward, Parsvottanasana. Just notice this side might need a little extra support, or maybe it wants less support. So take what you need. Explore the difference between taking that support and not. See how it changes the posture for you. And bring that right hand down to the left foot, left hand to the hip. Inhale, twist and open the heart to the left. Option to reach that left arm up. Stay here or come back to your Parsvottanasana, or start to bend that front knee coming into your twisted Ardha Chandrasana. Right hand comes forward, root into the left leg, lift to the right, open the heart to the left. Release the hands to the floor. Drop that right foot down behind you deeply for high lunge legs. Take a breath. And inhale, reach the arms up. Bring the hands to heart center. And then twist to the left, opposite elbow to knee. Inhale, reach the arms up one more time, high lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, chaturanga, one big exhale. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Let's drop to the knees and come into a child's pose for a couple of breaths. And just a reminder that at any point in the practice where it's just a little too much for you, feel free to take a break. Come to hands and knees. Take a couple of cat-cow breaths here. Inhale, drop the heart, bring the gaze up. Exhale, root through the hands, round the spine. Continue at your own pace. Let's come to a neutral spine. Inhale, reach that right arm out to the right, open the heart. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, reach that arm back open. Exhale, the hand to the floor. Inhale, the left arm up and open. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, reach that arm up and open one more time. Exhale, the hand to the floor. Tuck the toes, come into downward facing dog. Actually, let's do a little shoulder opener. We're going to come back down to the knees. Bring the forearms to the floor, so kind of like a dolphin or a modified downward dog. Forearms stay rooted and are parallel. If they need to pitch in the hands, then let that happen. Tuck the toes, lift the hips again, and breathe. Come back into your downward dog, pushing into the hands, straightening the elbows. The bottom of an exhale, hop, step, or walk the feet to the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, come to stand, hands to heart center. Just take a few breaths here, eyes closed or soft gaze. Inhale, reach up, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Step the right foot forward, left heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, open, warrior two, and hold. Just find your warrior two. Hips to the outside of the mat. Inhale to reverse. Add a little challenge by lifting that back arm. Exhale, take those arms and reach them all the way forward, kind of like you're bringing a beach ball forward. One more time, inhale, take that beach ball all the way back. And exhale, bring it forward. Release that right arm down to the floor or elbow to knee. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, chaturanga, one big exhale. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Step the left foot forward, right heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, open, warrior two. Find that warrior two. Inhale, reverse. For a little extra challenge, lift that back arm, kind of like you're holding that beach ball. Exhale, reach it all the way forward. Take a breath. Inhale it back. Exhale it forward. One more time. Inhale it back. Exhale it forward. Drop that left hand or just prop the knee on the, prop the elbow on the knee. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Inhale, reverse. Exhale the hands all the way to the floor. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. The bottom of your exhale, hop, step, or walk the feet to the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, nice and deep. Hold. Bend the knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, come to stand, hands to heart center. Bring the eyes to a close or take a soft gaze. An option here to find your way into your child's pose or through a full vinyasa, coming into warrior ones and warrior twos and switching to the other side. So I'll guide us into downward facing dog, and then the rest is up to you. Bend the knees, inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. From here, it's your choice, downward or child's pose, or coming through your warriors. We'll all meet in a standing forward fold at the front of your mat. And really drop the arms, drop the shoulders, drop the head. Take a nice deep falling out breath. Get a slight bend in the knee and start to roll up through the spine. Let the head and the neck come up last. Find your way back into Tadasana, mountain pose, closing the eyes. taking a soft gaze. Notice where you can soften and where you need to hold strong. How do you find softening in your strength and strength in your softening? We're going to come into a wide straddle, so step either foot deeply back, parallel the feet. Let's bring the hands to the hips. And just take a breath. As you inhale, lift the heart, bring the belly in and up, shoulders come together on the back. Exhale, reach the heart forward. Staying with a flat back, spine parallel to the floor. Hold for a breath. And then exhale, release all the way down. Any option with the hands and the arms here. Release the hands to the floor, bringing the hands under the shoulders. Inhale, flat back. We're going to take a little bit of a runner's stretch here. So start to bend through one knee, lift the other toes coming onto the heel, just kind of getting into that inner thigh. And then find your way to the other side. And come back to center. Option to just hang, being nice and passive in the upper body, or you can bring the forearms to the floor, interlace the fingers, and we're going to work our way into a headstand. So here you can tuck the head right into the hands here, the back of the head. And start to lift the legs. Release them back down as you're ready. Into that standing straddle again. When you do, let the head and the neck drop one more time to kind of give that neck and those shoulders some space again. Inhale to that flat back. Rooting the hands directly underneath the shoulders. And we're going to heel toe the feet in so that the hips come down, come into a nice deep squat here. Upper arms inside of the knees. Tuck the tailbone, lift the heart. Option to take a block and place it underneath if you need some support here so you can straighten the spine. And just breathe. Take any variations here that you want. Anything that feels right. If your body's wanting an arm balance or wanting to twist or anything like that, just listen in. And we're going to start to straighten through the legs, lift the hips, heel toe the feet all the way together, and just come into a regular old standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, come to stand, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Let's walk the feet towards the front of the mat. Walk the feet towards the backs. Coming to your downward facing dog. Lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach it back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it back up. Exhale, knee to opposite elbow. Inhale it back up. Bend the knee, lift the knee, open the hip. That top leg kind of droop up and over that left hip. See if you can root that right arm down. Maybe the gaze comes underneath the armpit or the shoulder and breathe. Inhale, lift the leg up. Exhale, bring that knee back to that elbow, and then we're going to let the knee slide down the elbow. Bring the heel or the foot over to the opposite hand for a pigeon. And hold and breathe. Again, if you need a block or you need pillows underneath that hip, please take them, trying to keep the hips as level as you can. And just breathe. You can stay upright here or come forward. It's your choice. If you're still upright, let yourself come forward. An option to stay here, or you can take that left hand and thread the needle between that right shoulder and right knee, kind of coming into a little bit of a twist here. Inhale, come out and come back up. We're going to just roll onto our sits bones here. So my back's actually going to be turned to you for a minute. We're going to come into Janu Sirsasana legs. I'll turn around so you can see. So here you can really open that leg up, or you can just take a more traditional figure four, your choice. We're going to take a twist over the bent leg. We're going to drop the left shoulder or left elbow. Bring that right arm up and over. And then drop the right shoulder, reach the heart towards the left toes. Inhale your way back up. We're going to take this right knee, just tuck it right in. So bringing it back up, heel is in line with that hip. Left leg stays nice and strong, and see if you can kind of lift the heart, straighten the spine here. You can hug that knee in if you want to. You can also take this right arm and start to bend forward and really compress that hip. Another option is to create a bind here. Keep rooting that right hip down as you reach the heart forward. And come back out. You're going to step the foot over and create a twist here. Just a quick one, nothing really special. Just kind of releasing the back and that hip a little bit. And then we're going to cross that right leg over the left. So ankles are crossed. Squeeze the knees in. Squeeze the knees in. Bring the heels down and see if you can find a balance here. Eventually, we're going to make our way back to a downward facing dog. So if you want a little bit of core work, you can work on a kickback here. Otherwise, find your way back to a downward facing dog, however it works for you. You can root the hands next to the hips, root the heels down, lift the hips. If possible, you can lift the heels and start to tuck. Kick your way back. Inhale upward and exhale downward. Let's lift the left leg up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale it back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it back up. Exhale, knee to other elbow. Inhale it back up. You're going to bend the knee and lift the knee, lift the hip. Start to drop that hip up and over the right, opening that left side. Root that left shoulder back down, the left hand back down. Lift that leg back up. I'm going to bring that left knee back to that left elbow, and then let the knee slide down as the foot opens to the opposite hand. Come into a pigeon. This side might be totally different. Maybe you want support, maybe you don't want support. And just breathe. If you're still upright, find your way forward. And maybe you stay here, or you can take that right hand and thread the needle on this side. Find your way back out. And we're going to do that same thing, finding our way into Janu Sirsasana, just by kind of rolling onto our sits bones and extending that right leg. Left leg stays bent this time. Again, you can open that knee up like a gate or just can't make a figure 4 here. We're going to take a twist over the bent knee. And then drop that right elbow inside of the right thigh. And then the left arm comes up and over. And just breathe. See if you can find your way back to that slower, steady, deeper breath. And then drop the left shoulder. Heart comes towards the right toes. And find your way back up. We're going to bring that left knee, we're going to lift it so the left foot comes to the floor, and I'm just going to twist again so that I'm facing you. But any orientation you are on your mat is fine. So the foot kind of tries to stay in line with that hip. If you find your left hip is up off the floor, then walk that foot out some more so that you can stay nice and stable in the sits bones. So here you can just kind of work on hugging that knee in and lifting the heart. And if that's plenty of compression in that left hip, that's fine. You can stay right here. Other option is to start to bring this left arm inside and hook it in front of the left knee. Don't forget about that right leg though. Keep bringing those toes up so we're engaging that right leg. Other option is to create that bind. You know, you can always play with the bind and see if it works, but always making sure that, you know, your shoulders are nice and safe and they're happy. There's not much that holds our shoulders into place except for the strength of the muscles. So being gentle with our shoulders. So in other words, if the bind doesn't work for you, that's fine. Inhale and come back up. We're going to step the left foot over the right leg and come into a twist on this side. Come back out. Extend both legs straight out in front of you. Pull the toes up. We're going to come into Dandasana, which is staff pose. So pull the toes back towards your body. Engage the legs. So pull those kneecaps up and see if you can lift the heels off the floor. If you've got that, great. If not, that's okay too. Try to root the hands down alongside the body as you lift the heart and soften the shoulders. Dandasana. And breathe. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, reach them forward. Or Paschimottanasana. Inhale, come back up. We're going to find our way back into Navasana, or that boat pose. So finding a balance on those sits bones. Feet can be on the floor if you want a little extra help. You can lift the legs. Do a little bit of core here. As you exhale, reach to one side, extend the opposite leg. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, reach to the other side, extend the opposite leg. Inhale, back to center at your own pace.
Finding your way back to center. Here's the fun part. We're going to start to get really long. Eventually, we're going to find our way all the way to the floor. So your option, you can just put the heels down and kind of walk your way down, or you can keep them lifted and slowly lower yourself down as slow as you can. See if you can roll through every one of your vertebrae. And once you finally make it down, reach the arms overhead. Deep breath in. One more nice deep breath. Bend the knees and bring the feet flat on the floor. Reach down with your hands so that your fingertips just barely brush your heels. If you can touch them, then slide them just far enough away so you can barely touch them. Push into the feet, lift the hips for bridge. Option to interlace the fingers underneath the back here. So just as we move forward, just kind of a heads up, if you're going to want to block, kind of bring a block a little bit closer, because this posture can shift into a supported bridge. Take 2 more breaths. And release the hips to the floor. If you chose to use that supported bridge for this next posture, you can take your block or the books or whatever you've got. Push into the hips and take that block and place it directly on that pelvic bone. So a nice stable spot. Make sure it's not on the spine, but anywhere that feels right for support. And you can lift the legs here. So again, if you need to adjust it, for a modified shoulder stand. And for those of us who want a full shoulder stand, feel free to come into your full shoulder stand. Just make sure you've got enough room over your head to drop the legs for your plow after. Two more breaths in your shoulder stand if you've got one. And then drop the feet over the head. Maybe you drop the knees into the ears for your Karnapidasana. Eventually find your way back to your lying on your back. We'll have 1 or 2 final postures. So if you have a posture in mind to close your practice, feel free to take it. Or you can come into a supported or a supported fish where you kind of come onto the forearms, they tuck underneath the hips, lift the heart, drop the head back. Release whenever you're ready. Finding your way flat on your back. Take any padding you might want underneath your knees. Any extra layers that you might want if you're a little chilly. And just drop into the floor. Starting to let go of your practice. Let go of your effort and your breath. See if you can soften just a little bit more. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. For those of us who are going to stay. For anybody who needs to start moving forward, start to deepen the breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Make any movements that feel good to start waking yourself up. Eventually finding your way to a seat with eyes closed. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Let it fall out the mouth. Take one more deep breath in. Let it fall out. Let the hands find the body. Maybe they come to the stomach, the chest, the thighs, or anywhere else that feels right. Just notice that connection with your own body. Just body to body, breath to body. And ask yourself, is there any way that I want to be for the rest of my day? How do I want to be for the rest of my day? And how do you see yourself doing that? Take a moment to picture yourself in a situation and reacting to it in a way that serves you and those involved. Take a deep breath. Let it fall out. Bring the hands to heart center with the palms pressing together. Just take a moment in gratitude for being able to practice. Thank your body. Thank yourself. And feel free to join me in an Om to close. Inhaling together. Namaste. Here's to you and yours, staying healthy in body, in mind, and in soul. Until next time, thank you so much for joining me.